Hi everybody, this is Dennis from the Dennis and Andy Show. I'm going to do the full review of Deep Beyond issues 6 and 7 from Image Comics. This has been an interesting story. You can go back and check out my full reviews of the first 5. Mirko Andolfo, David Goy, and Andrea Broccardo had done this one. And to get kind of caught up, they had a group in 2085, a series of events in the year 2000, which was Y2K, made the Earth almost uninhabitable, resulting in humans living in colonies, depending on technology to defend themselves from the polluted environment and the monsters staking the sea. So they had Pamela, and then Paul, which was her boyfriend, had kind of gone out looking for him. She had went missing. It was kind of like the Abyss story like that, and then it started taking a real turn towards like Stargate and stuff like that. They wound up encountering them. So anyway, they were on a hunt for the missing twin sister. So we flash forward. We know Eve, who was the wife. She was trying to figure out what was going on. We kind of know that there was a traitor in the midst in this last group that was part of the rescue team, Natalie, but we don't know a whole lot, so it's kind of where we pick up. It says, what, you want to kidnap Bailey? Kevin and Omir, yes, planned on the operation. It starts today. They need to get out, and they're going to basically find. You mean they're going to look for Pam? She is your wife. You abandoned her. They're trying to save her. What's the damn problem here? The problem is that they'd be lucky to even make it to the installation in the first place. So that place is a tomb, and you know that they'd be watched by them. The portal is up and running. We can't let that shit. It'd be funny if the stakes weren't so high. You're first undercover, Natalie. It shouldn't be a suicide mission. Thanks for your consideration. Basically says, but I'll go ahead and I'll die for this colony if we need to. Oh my God, Caesar's going to kill me. She goes, but I'm ready. You got your mission. Absolute radio silence received. Basically, she goes, none of them make it back from this mission for any reason. Finally, a simple order I can do. Consider it done. This isn't a game, Natalie. You need to be careful. I don't want to lose you too. You're not ready. Of course I am. I'll die if I need to. But I'll do my best to avoid it. I promised. We'll see you again soon, Mom. Whoa. So we know Eve, Natalie is Eve's mom. So there's a bit of a twist. That's kind of cool. And then now we look forward to now. They're there. They're in this other dimension. They're like, oh, it's a cyanobacteria field. This is what basically allows them to survive and make it habitable on the other side of that. We'll call it the Stargate, for easy reference, that they had done, that they had discovered in the last one. The doctor's like, your sister is dead. What? Pam's dead? Yeah, a century ago. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Wow, you really have bad bedside manners. She goes, but it's true. And we can see that they're being shown around in this cube that's full of life support. Okay, then, so what? This is a beautiful 2-page shot. Basically like a city that they have created. But welcome, it says, welcome home, everyone. This is definitely going to be their new home for a while. So how'd they do that? Well, it's actually pretty simple, actually, a highly advanced form of automation. So basically, if you think of like the holodeck in Star Trek, where they can make anything appear, they have replicators that make food. It's very similar to that. They have the proteins and stuff that are in there. They can make the table disappear. It can come back as a bed, change it into a bedroom. And it's really pretty remarkable, but Pam's like, screw this. Screw it all. Assuming this isn't a nightmare brought on from Omar's Chili, we are talking about technology and cultural evolution. and we're stranded in another world. Another world. My sister's dad were prisoners of some tuna-faced aliens with technology that could solve half the nation's problem on a whim. She's just frustrated. She goes, technically, no, we can go wherever we want. But of course, the city is just a stack of smart bricks surrounded by thousands of miles of nothing. They're never going to let us go back. Well, it's not that we're prisoners. There's just nowhere to go. Because they basically say if she goes back and they go through the portal, asynchronous time would basically bring them out at the same moment that the installation would have exploded, and then they're dead anyway. So they are kind of trapped in a way, prisoners, but not necessarily of forced prisoners. So she goes, she's very sad about her sister, and she goes, it's not much of a consolation, but, and then Paul just takes off. He goes, he needs to be alone. And he does a quick memory of the two of them, and Pam and Paul, and it's actually a pretty cool little background. How they had met. He's trying to figure this out. All of a sudden, somebody teleports up through. Whoa, he's the one. We've got 247.918 pulses before the security system intercepts us. Wait, what do you want? Activate translation number 1. 157 pulses left. And he goes through and then activate translation 2. So they're teleporting him. And he goes, "What? Why did you free me?" Because it was promised. Have we met before? It would seem so. But our senses are much better than yours in terms of their smell. And so she's able to pick up on stuff. Basically, they're walking through and they're like, well, we're kind of the rebels. So they explain that they're kind of the rebels of all of this. And he's like, I just don't get it. I can't wrap my hand around it. And then she goes, well, just take a look. She goes, Pam, that's Pam. She told our forefathers you would come. She knew it, and she knew we could trust you. 997 pulses left. This is a sacred object for her legacy. We live to ensure this delivery to you. Wait, this is from Pam? It will activate soon and contains instructions for entering extraction tower 444. You will find all your answers there. 512 pulses left, so they're running out of time. They are hiding things from you, Paul. You will understand what they are. And then the artifact will show you the next steps. We will see you again. She pushes him through the portal. He gets back into there. Oh, there's Jolene. Pam. He's like, oh, Jolene. I'm sorry, Paul. I made such a scene because I hadn't seen my sister, and I know that we both loved her. And, you also had loved her as well. So anyway, again, a cool little ending panel. So that actually is pretty cool. Little bits and pieces are starting to come out in this one. This one, issue number 7, starts off and we see 1952. You're talking about Congress, the calibrations, and she goes, well, I hope your son's smarter. 1959, he winds up being admitted as like one of the youngest student ever. By 1962, he's graduated as a physicist. 1969, Apollo 11. Yes, they did it. 1970, show me the people. I know people like you. You get bored too easily, right? There are problems, scientific problems, but there's still that intellectual hunger, and you just can't satiate it. That's why I think you're the right person. Here's the deal. You disappear from society forever. So what? You'll never understood anything else anyway. In return, I'll give you the challenge you've always been looking for. A riddle that will keep your gray matter busy for the rest of your life. 1971, you know what? This is the best kept secret in the world. Only 208 people know of the existence of this facility. Only 152 have seen the footage of it. 96 have only seen it with the naked eye. And 34 have been able to set foot there. And there are a mere 14 people that stay there permanently. You are the 15th. Think of it as customs, a toll booth that we built centuries ago on the frontier of reality. It'll take us to at least another century to describe it in mathematical terms. In the meantime, we manage by approaching in a purely practical terms. Welcome to your new home, Hermes Rockmorton. So that's actually a pretty cool. That actually summarizes it very well. That there's these hidden secrets that have been going on. 1976. Oh my God, broccoli for dinner again. You know, it'd be nice if the UN would ever offer this installation even the mere basic level of collaboration. 1982. Oh, it's never good when the diplomats arrive. He's going to wind up going home a few centuries after he left because of the way time works differently. 1986, broccoli again. 1992, gentlemen, I won't dance around the point. With the gradual smoothing out of international tensions, the ruling class's interest in possible conquest beyond the portal is rocketing to the top. Did the people really get into their heads that they wanted to conquer them? That's pure crap, Dorothy. Their technology is a millennium beyond ours. It's a miracle that we've been trusting or apathetic enough. They're dying out, Ethan. You know that better than me. Well, conditions in their world are progressively degenerating and they can't survive long in ours. So anyway, they were like, that's why they need pioneers now. They're looking for a way to, make this viable. A team go on a one-way trip to the future, but above all, to theirs. An advanced team to establish a beachhead for whatever invasion that they get planned upstairs. You have all been chosen. When you wake up in 2092, nothing will have changed here at the installation. What we can't know is what will have changed up above. However, there's one thing you can count on. Beyond the portal, a new world will be waiting. Those life support capsules will be your home on wheels. Do you have any questions? So that's pretty cool. Fast forward to today. Dorothy, they're up having a conversation. Something apparently didn't go according to plan because nothing's worked out the way they were intending it to. So they're walking around the city. They're talking about the oldest among them. They're called the exarchates. They gathered enough memories, so they're basically gathering memories like a data bank from around the universe, whatever little fragments they can, and painstakingly putting it all together. So they're trying to make a recollection because their civilization is falling apart. You should see your face, Paul. I was kidding. Don't tell me. You two. Whoa, wait. No, not on this plane. I can feel the sexual tension in the air, but don't worry, your dirty little secret is safe, sigh. So anyway, precious to us too. I think for all I want to say is this is all in the past. Do you guys remember the World Wide Web? Well, yeah, I studied it. It was kind of like a virtual pages connected by each other with a series of links. Quite the promising way to exploit connections. And it was a few years before Y2K, right? So they kind of talk about it, and then poof, they're talking about how everything happened, and then everything vanished. Everything burned. Not much is known, but what is known is that these people have been obsessively searching for their own past sense. So we had Y2K, they had some cataclysmic event of their own. So we can see Mr. Rockmorton is sneaking around and going through, and he gets into the mining towers and sneaks in. And then we flash to 1992. You shouldn't expect anything major so far as defensive technology, and besides, our projections show that they should be extinct when you arrive. But they're basically like intuition. It's easy to use, cool. They've got technology that's been put inside of them. Tell me what went wrong with Dorsey's plan. I want to know that they're still here. So we see Paul, we see the portal, and he's like, may I? Nice projection, Lucas. Came up right along with us. Are you okay? Seriously, Paul. Ever since we dragged you into this shit, I've treated you like a worm, and you're not that bad at all. For a government guy, at least. I can see why Pam fell for you. Pam? So this is about her then? Ha, I mean, no. I hadn't seen her in years. We really had a bad relationship. And again, they're kind of flashing back. She was she wants to know more about her. She was a fantastic scientist. She had a huge heart, made everything not necessarily better, but more beautiful. That's why when Eve came around, the two got together and I let them. Paul, I've got to get out of here. What do you mean? No, don't start. I've got to get back to the other side. Well, I'll help you on one condition. You need to tell me why. So she's trying to explain, well, she goes, I know it's a dying planet on the other side, but I have to get back for Pam. Pam, but she's gone. I'm not talking about my sister, Paul, my daughter. She's 3 years old, and well, I named her after her aunt. Oh, another big revelation. So there's a lot more. We didn't know she had a daughter. We didn't know how close they were. And then we kind of see Mr. Rockmorton out there, and then there's a noise. You stole a translator. I thought at least some of them might stop me, but not one of us. What are you doing out here? I'm trying to fulfill my mission, trying to find information and bring it back. Yeah, that's, I'm afraid, what you were going to say. See, that's a problem. You're exactly opposed to my mission. Basically, because what are you going to do? Stop me? And I stole a translator. And boom, there's a huge hole in his chest. Speechless, Hermes? I would be too. Your heart and lungs are now floating into a cosmic void a few light years away. The rest will follow soon after, one piece at a time. Relax. It won't hurt much. Next, Lost in Translation. Another great ending picture. So things keep getting a little more interesting. The story continues to evolve. I really am enjoying where this is taking me. It's a little confusing at times. And then right where you're kind of scratching your head trying to figure out pieces of it, they bring in something nice and expound on it and kind of fill in the missing pieces. Overall, the story is solid in this. The artwork is great. The dialogue is fun and quite believable. This is a good series. I'm just going to keep this up for now. I'm liking where this is going. It's got me inquiring. So anyway, I want to know how this is going to end or what more we're going to find out. I'm giving this an 8.0. I think it's just a solid series. I hope you guys have been watching and reading. I really hope you guys have been picking this up. If not, I know they got the trade that came out. So pick up the first issues in the trade. This is well worth the read. So anyway, smash the like button so that I know you like the video. Hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date. You can always go back and do my hashtag full review of Deep Beyond 1 through 5. I also do quick flips on them. So anyway, I look forward to hearing from you. Please leave your comments down below. Love to talk to you guys about this stuff. Talk to you soon.